different format this time. Instead of having the podcast, we're trying to add a little bit of match analysis. So a couple of the students from the 47 co-op sent some of their recent competition footage. And we got Birdman on the line here, 4th degree black belt, and he's going to give us some insight. We'll take a look at what these guys did right and some of the mistakes they may have made. And from my understanding, most of these matches are probably their more difficult matches, so we're going to look at a lot of things they can improve on.
Yeah. We'll get them all squared up.
Okay. All right. Let's start. This is, I believe, a 145-pound blue belt match.
That's my division.
There you go. I'm going to keep the volume pretty low here.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, if when you have two people that have the same color gi, they put an extra belt on one of them just to be able to keep track of scoring.
I just pause it for a second. I'm going to start right here.
All right.
These guys with these fancy belt tyings that take 20 minutes, yeah, I'm done with that. You know, it's just tie a freaking belt on. It's all these loop-de-doos up and around YouTube belt. I've had enough. Just want to say that. I've had enough of it.
It's going to come off within 10 seconds of the roll anyway. So
it doesn't matter. No one cares if you tie it extra special. No one cares.
All right.
See, already they got me pissed off. Okay. We'll touch hands. So far, so good. Got some grips.
I just
some level changing.
I'm going to pause it right here. Maybe you can even scoot it back a little bit. What do you think of their posture? Let me see if I can get it.
They're very stiff. They're very nervous.
Do you see how far back their hips are? Like their hips are far back, and they're leaning forward, and they're just grabbing the gis. Yeah,
they're nervous.
That's
okay.
What should the posture look like when we're setting up grips?
Well, I mean, you can lower your level without dipping your head. Right? They're dipping their head. They're bowing forward. They're worried about their legs being taken, and they're kind of giving up the grips. And from what I've seen right now, they're not doing anything with the grips because they're both driving their hips really far back.
Right.
So what do the grips do?
It's kind of just like you're holding each other.
You're holding. That's all it is. To me, this is, they're strong. Look at a ref sitting there with his hands in his pockets, nothing.
But you're right. They're nervous. This is like very common for competition.
That's all this is. It's nothing against them, but they have a lot of nervous energy. This is probably their first fight of the day, and yeah, they're missing fundamentals. Their nervousness has taken over already.
Got it.
So they're missing fundamentals.
Let's keep it.
All right.
Cross collar grip standing. It's a little dangerous.
Oh, way dangerous. Way. No way. Yeah. Not good.
Same side collar. All right, he's going for a little try to. Okay. All right, we got some action. So
right, we're on the deck. All right.
Let's take a pause of that switch there. I don't know if you noticed that right there, where he had butterfly hooks and then he switched to a half guard right there. He's going from butterfly to it looks like he's attempting a deep half.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that's do you think he had two options there? He could have either squared up with the butterfly hooks, or it looks like he's reaching under the leg to try to get under.
I would have left the butterfly hook and gotten to the other hip.
Gotten to the other hip.
Yes, right? You know what I'm saying?
With meaning
so the right hook should have been in the opponent's left leg, right? Mm-hmm. And he could have remained square. Now he took himself perpendicular.
Right.
On the bottom. He could have gone square and with a hip escape moved his head to the other side of the body.
So his head would have moved and he would have lined up in line with his opponent rather than
his hips would have been square to his opponent, which he would have a little better chance. You don't want to start the interaction off being perpendicular on the bottom.
Right.
To me, that's a bad idea. You're going to take too much unnecessary pressure from someone.
Got it. It's almost like he's pulling bottom of side control.
Yeah, to me, I don't want to be mean. Actually, that's a great kid. I like him, but but with that cross collar grip, he pulled side control.
Right.
From the feet.
And
It's
now
not being mean to him. That's just how it happened.
and now he's doubling down, trying to get under his opponent.
Yes, yes, he's trying to initiate, this deep half, which I don't know. Like I said, I would not want to be. I don't care what the leg or arm entanglement is. It's just difficult being perpendicular on the bottom.
Right, and like you were saying, so early in the match, right? We haven't even
It's
gotten
too
our
early.
bearings yet. We didn't
Too
choose to be
early.
there. We just ended up there.
Too early to be doing this.
Got it. All right, let's see where.
Sorry, Ackshot.
It's all right. That's like he sent this
I
match.
like him. He's a nice guy.
He sent this match in saying this is the one he needs work on.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna fix you up, buddy.
All right. Okay. He got some elevation, and
Yeah.
right here with the half guard. This is something that you taught me, a little bit of a pet peeve. We get in half guard and we immediately cross our feet. Right.
Yes. You have no hip movement now.
You have no hip movement. His upper body is kind of curved. He doesn't have a foot on the floor to straighten himself out.
Correct.
He doesn't have a hook in to kind of create separation.
Yeah, because right now if this guy were smart, he would just turn that knee to his left and he could slice right through.
Right. The knee will just
nothing
pop out.
stopping.
Yes.
There's nothing keeping this guy in the half guard right now.
Right. And he's even got the underhook. He's winning the underhook as well.
Yep, and he's got the elbow inside the hip flexor.
That's not a great spot.
For the guy on the bottom,
For
it's
the
not
guy-
great. Guy
for
on
the-
top,
yes. He's sitting pretty.
he's setting it up.
All right, he's getting the foot on the floor, creating a little space.
Okay.
All right, he recovered close guard. Always a safe place to return to. He's setting up a cross collar choke.
Okay. He's coming back good.
Yep. Do you feel like this hand right now is deep enough to threaten the choke?
Nope.
It's
And he's
not.
been holding it for too long.
And he's been holding it for too long.
Yeah. He needs to either switch first hands. Like I would regrip with my left hand and make a deeper, more threatening grip with that right hand.
Right. And also the person on top is going for their own cross collar grip, which is just to point out doesn't work out great either, right?
It's blue belts making white belt mistakes
It's
if you try to collar choke someone from the top.
Right. Yes, you should be using the left hand to set up to get the right hand grip deeper, right? You could use the left hand to open the collar, slide the hand in a little.
Yes, yes.
All right. All right. I like the loop around, but I don't feel like either hand is deep enough for the cross collar choke.
No. And I know this is another thing that I do. You got to engage these chokes with your legs. You got to pull that body towards you. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think a common mistake we make with the cross collar choke is people think that it's the lapel that's doing the choking, but with the cross collar choke, it's actually the bones of your wrists.
Yes, so, you build a choking mechanism in the shape of a V, and now you want to drive the throat into it. Now, if you pull on that mechanism, all it's doing is putting pressure on the back of your neck with the lapel, right?
Right, and you can see the hands have slipped off the side of the neck, and now it's just the lapel.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's really not in. He'd have to really muscle down and do a lot to get this choke. If he got to his left hip all the way, got this person completely off his center line, he may be able to salvage it.
Okay, so if Akshat would get to his left hip, it'll
all the way out, and get this guy's head to the mat.
Yeah,
he might be able to salvage it by taking that left hand and grabbing up a little higher on the back of the jacket, turning it almost into like a paper cutter action.
Right. So Akshat would have to swing out this way,
real far,
and his opponent's head would come down here. And his opponent here doesn't have any defense set up right now. He's completely caught out.
See, Akshat he's on Akshat's center line.
Right.
Akshat has to get him off his center
line.
Yes.
Okay, and just exploded out of the grips. And again, let's see if we can see.
He's not initiating proper grips. He's just reaching and hoping.
Yes, the collar grip is still too shallow.
Yes. He's got to use one of my rules, and you know it is, your first grip should always be same side. You should never initiate anything with a cross-side grip, cross-body grip, right?
Cross body can be a little bit higher risk, higher reward, right? You got to set it up.
High risk, low reward.
High risk, low reward.
Yeah, has he gotten anything yet by initiating with a cross?
No. He hasn't.
No, that's the thing is you never want your first grip to be cross collar. Always same side.
Okay. It looks like he's either trying to set up. I can't tell if his left hand is hooked under the leg. Looks like he's trying to set up like a little bit of like a knee bar or something. I don't know. It looks like he's stuck between two different guards right now.
Yeah, to me it looks like he's just poke and hope, right? He's looking for something, right? Because that knee frame is not doing anything good for him. The guy now was in the guard, some kind of guard. Now the guy's standing up and is going to be looking to pass.
I mean, if he was able to kick this leg out and over the head, if he could secure the hand, that's an arm bar right there, right?
Well, he has the wrong arm. He's going after the right arm.
The right arm, right.
The left arm could be in danger, but still, the two ingredients for an arm bar is you have to trap an arm across the body, then get head and arm separation. The arm is certainly not trapped across the body.
Right. He's still 2 steps away.
So if that leg comes through and over the head, he's just going to get past.
Got it. And again, we're returning to that same position. Oops, sorry. We're returning to that same position where he's just crossing his feet to block the half guard, right?
Stall. Yeah, that's just a stall.
I like how he's keeping his hook under the back ankle at least, but...
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
All right. Do you see how his hand is caught here underneath the side control?
Yes.
At this point... Yeah, he missed the frame. At this point, do you keep trying to fight the frame in, or do you take the hand out and work with your hand?
I take that hand off and I overhook that guy's right arm.
Bring your hand towards your belt over here.
Oh, yes. Overhook. Bring the hand down by your hip. Overhook that arm. Because if you can get the other arm out the bottom end, the back door, by your own hip, you can go for that sneaky Bravo choke.
Right. You can start, and you can bring your head under. Even if you don't get the Bravo choke, you can kind of like duck out.
You can swing underneath.
Got it. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I just want to point out just a little detail. We just saw it fail right there. But this left foot, he's keeping it too close. If he's not making the truss between the two legs, this left foot, I feel like it needs to be further out. And we see in a moment that when his opponent puts a little pressure on it, it collapses.
Yeah.
Right here. So if that left foot was a little bit further out, if he would have opened the hip, he would have been able to walk easier, and he would have been able to resist that pressure.
He would have had more structure, for sure.
He would have had more structure. But that's the escape we were looking for, right? He brought the hand out from underneath.
Yes.
But now his hand is still caught on the other side of the head.
Yes. See, now he's getting out. Now he's fighting north-south instead of side. He needs to get the shins or knees inside the arms. He's just trading side control, one side for the other now. And he's giving up his head.
He's trying to triangle. I think he does get a triangle from the bottom here.
Okay.
That's a tough one to finish.
Yes. Especially if the guy has the ability to stand up and walk out of it. But good for him for trying it.
I would like to also point out that the other guy could triangle him right back here.
Yeah. What he's got to do is bring both arms inside and bear hug around the waist.
And at the very least, he can use that to barrel roll the guy off him, right?
Correct. You got to get both your arms inside because you're one in, one out still.
Yeah, I
right?
gotta get an app here so I can make little highlight markers. But yes, if this
Yeah,
arm came in through here, he'd be
yeah.
both in and he could rotate through.
You'd be like John Madden.
Yes, so we'll get the. So we saw right there, he actually pulled the arm out, which is good, but it would have been better if he would have put the other arm in.
Correct. Because now this guy can use his armpits. If he just crosses his feet, the guy on top, and just dives forward, he's going to break that out.
How do you feel about the random four finger toe hold?
You got to have some kind of leg control to toe hold. He should have leg control over. He's going after his right foot, which means he should have leg control on the left leg.
So there needs to be something capturing this leg, or else he can just straighten out that right leg whenever he wants, right?
He has all hip movement. It's very, very difficult to land that without leg control on the other side. Right? Your knee bar, the leg you have control of, your four finger toe hold, the leg you don't have control of. Right now he doesn't have control of either leg. So
what I don't know what he's gonna do. What I'd like to see him do is rotate to his right with that toe hold, because his partner's probably gonna have to pick this leg up in order to defend the toe hold. And
yeah,
that hopefully would make him light enough for him to get out from underneath. Right there, that's exactly it. He turned to his right, and at this point, he has an opportunity to get on top. Right? He
get on
up.
top. Yes.
Let's see what happens. And he didn't let go of the triangle.
Well, no, he stayed too long on that toe hold.
He stayed too. If he would have just let go and bailed on the half-ass submissions.
Yeah, then he could have got to his elbow and gotten on top.
Same thing, right
here.
We're seeing that his partner's leg is off the ground. All his weight's shifted onto the opposite side. If you would unlock the triangle here, let go of the toe hold, he could give one more bump and at the very least get out, right?
Well, he can keep the triangle. If he lets go of the toe hold, puts the right elbow to the ground and gets up, he's on top.
And he still has the triangle.
And he still has a triangle. You got to pick one. You can't have both.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you holding the triangle to get the toe hold, or are you holding the toe hold to get the triangle?
And now you let go of the triangle. Okay.
Now he's got neither. And he's still on the bottom. And now he's going to be, yeah. Sorry, Axe-Shot.
What do you do in a position like this? This is like a very awkward reverse mount.
Yeah, well, first I would try to get my arms under his shins.
Okay.
Once I get under his shins, I try to reach up and grab the pants or something so he can no longer extend his legs, right? Then he's kind of the shape of an egg. I would try using my feet to roll back and forth until I can get on top.
Like right here, if you would have taken this hand and like grabbed the belt or something.
Yes, yeah. That way the leg stays compressed. And then do it on the other side.
And now you could start looking to barrel roll.
Yes. I'd go back and forth, building up some momentum. And then like an egg, you would just roll him over.
Got it.
So once he's got to dig back under those shins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you don't want to do that, you can get both arms inside the legs and try to reach for like a bear hug around the waist and just try to bridge and kind of Greco the guy off you upside down in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, he's getting to his side. This is a really interesting position. Let's go back just a drop right here. This is quite uncommon in jiu-jitsu, I would say. Who's got what in this moment?
Not they. The one guy on top's got the legs wrapped up. That's about it.
Yeah. The guy on top stood in that position. He should have hopped off the side control a long time ago.
Yeah. The guy on top is not doing it. Just the guy on top, he's not doing nothing great either.
No,
okay?
he got his 3 points and he's hanging on until the time runs out.
Yes, he is just working the clock with his points.
Okay.
Is that another 3?
No, I don't think it counted as a guard recovery, but it may have been.
Okay.
But if we look, yeah, the guy's just holding until the round's over.
Yeah.
Akshat's best bet here would be to connect his hands and then do kind of like a wrestler's bridge where he hugs the guy back, bridges into him, and then tries to toss him over the top,
Yeah.
right?
Or he could walk both of his feet towards the guy's feet. You walk in there so you're as close as possible. Then you grab him and roll on a 45, almost to where the judge's table is. The corner of that judge's table,
yeah,
that's his aim. That's what he wants to aim for.
He would walk over this way and then bridge in this direction over here.
Grab the body. He's got an arm inside, arm outside. Grab the body, right? Especially if you get inside that other arm. If he can get his right arm on the inside, okay. Start to get out. The left leg is a problem too because it's caught under there. He's caught. Yeah, I don't know where he's. Yeah, it's.
But over here, I just want to note something. Notice how his foot is up here. There's no knee on belly here to defend.
There's nothing.
It's a good habit to have, but we're
not in this case. Yeah.
Not in this case. We're in the what do you call it? The coach's chair, so we can see the instant replay. But at this point,
we can sound like we know what we're doing, but
his hips should be turned into his opponent.
Correct. Yes, right. He's got to face, if I could say it, nuts to butt here.
Nuts to butt. Almost like he's trying to take the back, even though he's on bottom.
Yes. If he connected both arms here and yes.
Almost.
Yeah. He didn't give it the full of what he needed to.
It's the end of the match. They're both a bit worn out, and I think the ref's going to call time here shortly.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Nice job, Akshat.
Nice job, Akshat. Yeah, we can. That's all fixable stuff, buddy. You should have won that match.
So, what are some takeaways for Akshat from that match?
He kind of has to understand, like, your first thought fundamentals, right? Like, you're not really. You got to the ground with no real position. Don't go for so much entanglement when you don't have to, right? If I just play a hooks game, I have a better chance of getting on top or getting back to my feet than if I go to a half guard where I have not only a deep half, where I have one leg and one arm completely entangled in the guy, right? Now his chances of getting on top or to his feet are much, much smaller.
Once he gets entangled.
Once he gets entangled, he didn't need to entangle that quickly. He could have right there. He had two hooks in, okay? And the good thing is if he would have just kind of grabbed that guy, took his left hand and grabbed that guy's right elbow and got to his other hip and left that hook in, he could have swept this guy, right? Because that guy's arm was on the inside. The left arm is on the outside of the body, so he can base on that. But the other arm is on the inside. He can't base with that in a sweep.
Right.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the comment that you made also earlier about this early in the match, probably not a great timing to get entangled and to get under someone else. Even if you have a great deep half, sometimes, especially when the takedown was that messy, did he get taken down? Did he pull guard? It's really ambiguous. It's when you have the hooks, you have your shins in front of you. He's got good grips here. Like if he would have just stayed here for 5-10 seconds and just gathered his bearings, the next 2 minutes of the match would have gone very differently, right?
Completely different. All he has to do from here is start working hip to hip, staying close, don't create too much distance, and he'd get a much better read on what this guy wants to do. Okay? This guy still has his hips back. Right?
Yep.
He's not engaging his hips. So it's not like he's going to pancake him in some kind of back on the floor butterfly guard.
No, he's
right. He's staying back. He's giving Akshat everything Akshat needs right now.
Right. Yeah, no, Akshat had a lot of options to play guard. He could have pulled the feet out, put the feet on the hips. He could have put one foot on the hip. He could have. He's got a nice grip on the wrist here. He could have pulled the wrist out and kind of gone for like a modified scissor sweep.
Right here, if I just looked at that still, I'd be like, okay, this guy has total control of the fight. Akshat.
Absolutely.
If I looked at this still frame that you brought it to, which is a good one, it's probably the best shot of the fight right here. Right?
Yeah.
He's got the knee on the outside, not underneath the left knee. He's profiled a little bit, not on his back, not completely on his side. He's got great wrist control, and he's got a grip collar right behind the head. I mean, that's all good stuff. That's all good jiu-jitsu I see right now here. And he just abandoned this to go for that deep half.
Right there. He reached, he went for the leg, which is not even close. It's far.
No.
He's not even in half guard right now.
Nope.
Right? So even if he wanted to invert, even if he wanted to go for a leg lock, like he's way out of position.
Even here, this is a salvageable position.
Right.
Right? You know, he can head escape, bring his head straight back, right, to create a little more alignment, because right now he's a little too perpendicular, needs to be a little more parallel. Still got good hooks.
When the base is this wide with the hooks and his opponent's left hand, if he would have just stuffed this left hand, he could have taken this hook out and gone straight for a triangle, to be honest.
Yeah, or he could have just swept it. If he controls the guy's left arm, you know, and just turns, he can elevate his left foot, and he's got a sweep right there. He'd be on top. He might even be mounted on top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? He's still he's got a good game going right now. Okay? But if we move a few frames forward,
let's go. That's that. Leaving the hook and going to the half guard.
Yes. I'm sorry. I hate to say this, Akshat. Like I said, again, I like you. You're a nice guy. That's the move that potentially cost you the round.
Yeah, I think it's also, even if we like playing half guard, I think there's a big difference playing half guard where we're parallel versus when we're perpendicular. And perpendicular half guard, unless you really have all the grips and you've set it up yourself, perpendicular half guard is way detrimental to the person on bottom.
We're 30, 40 seconds into the fight. There's no use to go there.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for your input, Akshat.
Of course, yeah.
Great job with the match. Hopefully this helps you out. And
Akshat, really, really good job, buddy. You, again, we tied up a few screws. You win this fight. That's all it is. You had all the makings in the beginning. Your instincts were 100% correct there. It's just when you went for that deep half, that's what cost you. And it's sorry, buddy, but I really think you did a great job. And that's all fixed. Damoon's going to fix all that stuff for you.
We got it.
You could easily beat this guy, Akshat. Easily.
All right. Awesome. All right. We'll catch you guys on the next one.